So let's do this. So what we got here, we have just this is kind of a paint along thing too if you want to paint, so feel free to paint. If you are painting along though, tell me so I'll go a little slower. Alright, so let's start off with, we have just a regular canvas. It's just, what is this, a 12 by 16 canvas. And we're just going to put some Bob Ross liquid white on it. Hey, boss! Hey, Bruce! Put some liquid white on here. Just do kind of a little Bob Ross type painting here. That'd be good. A lot different than what we just painted on this morning on the video. I guess it was, well, I don't know. I guess it was in both this afternoon. I don't know if it's early this morning. It's a half an hour ago. So, but this is a totally different type of painting. I haven't used a lot of liquid white this year because I've been painting a lot of underpainted stuff, so I use a lot of liquid clear. And I make that myself, so yeah. I guess I should learn to make liquid white, but I still have quite a bit of it in. And Christmas is coming, and people don't know what to buy me. I just tell them to buy me some liquid white, so that works good. All right, so we're just putting a thin, even coat of liquid white on here. We're just going to kind of work it in, work it all around. All right, that looks pretty good. So now we're gonna test it, make sure we got like a nice even coat. So what we do, just take your finger, pick a couple spots, and push it down. What you're looking for is fingerprints. If you don't see hey Selby. All right, so you should see these fingerprints just like this. If they're solid white, that's too much liquid white, and if you don't have fingerprints, then you don't have enough. So, all right, nothing like starting off with paint on your hand. The only person I know that does that besides me is Emily. She uses her whole hand up. All right, so let's start off. Let's clean that brush. Well, no, let's pick up a little bit of, without cleaning the brush. Let's just kind of, let me put this, it might be too much. Well, let's try it. We're just going to put a little bit of a pinkish glow right here in this spot. Once I lay this kind of in, I'm just going to kind of blend it around a little bit. Not really looking for a pattern so much. I'm just kind of making a spot. Right, now we can clean the brush. Emily! I was just talking about you, Emily G. I know you find that shocking. Emily! Alright, I got to still paint my brush. Let me clean it again. So this is just kind of a little Bob Rossy thing. Paint a little forest and some stream, a little bit of landscape. All right, so got the brush clean. I'm gonna use a different brush, let that dry out a little bit. And then we'll just kind of start blending this out. We're using a 1-inch brush to do that. So I've kind of pulled over to, what is that, a piece of something on the canvas. Blend it back out. Oh yeah, that worked out really well. Just kind of blend this all around. All right. So I try to use like all kind of Bob Ross type stuff here. We'll just do that. Work it out. All right, so let me see here. Let's start off with, let's get some dark sienna. Let's drop the lid in the bucket so we can, look so professional. stream. Now let's go get the lid out of the bottle. It's always something. Alright, there we go. Alright, back to it. Okay, so I know. I could talk about Jeremy's piloting skills or something, but I don't really know enough about him to do that, so I just know he doesn't crash, and that makes him a good pilot. Alright, so let's put besides, you're my little painter wife, so you know, it works out good for us. Alright, let's see. Let's get some dark sienna, and let's also get a little bit of Van Dyke brown. Why not? I haven't used any of that for a little while, so let's get some of that out. There we go. Nice, great big tube of that. Alright, now let's get let's pick up script liner. Let's start adding some. Oh, he's supposed to be, well, alright, that should only improve his perfect record, right? Or something. Something like that. Alright, so we're going to get a little bit of linseed oil on this script liner. Using my little apothecary jar here. We're just going to pick up some Van Dyke brown. This nice and liquidy kind of. Let's put a tree in here. Let's put a tree like. I don't want this to be a very straight tree. I want it to be like a crooked tree. A crooked tree. Alright, looks pretty good. Let's make a couple little branches here and there. I'm going to start back out here at the bottom. I don't have to struggle with this too much. Usually I like to paint these upside down, but I'm feeling roguish today, so I'll do that. Maybe another one up. Let's do another one up here. Give the tree a little bit of balance. All right. All right. I'm happy with that. Although I think, let's put another couple little doodads. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's do this. Let's do this tree, and we'll come back to the other trees. Let's get some sap green. Because I've just about used up my tube of sap green. So let's get some of that and use that. Let's get my knife. Let's flatten it out on the palette. Okay. And then we'll go back to a 1-inch brush and let's just let's tap in some little things back here. A 1-inch brush is really good for tapping in little tree things like that. And maybe a little bit of right there in the middle. Alright. Change colors a little bit. Let's pick up some little ochre. Now this yellow ochre is a little bit thinner than what I've already put on the canvas. But we just want to add a little bit of highlight here and there. Contaminated my brush here. Let's try it again. Alright. Yeah, let's continue on. Let's add a couple more trees. Now that I've kind of got a feel for that one. I'll use a different brush this time though. Let's add a little tree. I don't think I really need too much more than that. Kind of get an idea for where he's at. Let's put another one over here. Get an idea for where that one's at. Maybe another piece of a tree on the side here. Oop, wrong color. All right. I'll tell you what, let's take a little bit of that brown, that Van Dyke brown. Let's take a little bit of white. Let's put a couple little other things back up here in the distance. I want these to be way off. Kind of let the brush run free there. All right. Now, let's see who else. Rosalie, I'm gonna crash the thing. Well, as long as you can still walk away from it, any landing that you can make is a good landing. So, I wouldn't worry about that too much. Besides, just like we don't follow no rules, we don't let nothing worry us. That's what we're all about. Don't let anything worry us. All right, let's pick up some more of this green. We'll start laying in some other trees here. Let's kind of so I'm just using the edge of the brush. Kind of laying some foliage. Maybe a little bit of, let's add a little bit of brown in that too. And kind of take that tree out that way. Yeah. And then kind of, there's a big old tree right here, so. All right, let's see what else I want to put in there. Let's use this Van Dyke brown with some sap green, and let's kind of get ready for some things over here. This is classic Bob Ross kind of stuff right here. I'm like, Bob, what are you doing? Bob never listened to me though. He just kept right on going. All right, so let's just kind of keep that going. Make it a little bit darker up in this front part. Maybe a little bit like out here. And then let's kind of out some things like that. All right. It looks pretty good. Let's start laying some highlight down for those trees. Not a lot. You know what? I think before I do that, I'm going to add one more tree though. I kind of got inspired by trees yesterday. Let's put one more tree like right here. Like right here. There we go. Now this tree gonna be a little bit different. Let's make this tree a little bit different. So let's pick up crimson, a little bit purple, a little bit of burnt umber. Let's kind of. That came out a little more purpley than I wanted, but it's okay. It's gonna be okay. All right. I'm just gonna stick with the brush. There we go. All right. Clean the brush again. This is a brush cleaning exercise. All right, let's put some. So we're using some cad yellow light and some little bit of cat yellow medium. And some yellow ochre. I'll lay some kind of mid-tone in here. Alright, let's add a little bit of white to that. Put some highlights back in here. And that should do it. Alright. Hey, Matt. Yeah, it is an easy way to paint trees. It's kind of tree slinging. Alright, let's put some more color back up in here. Let's put some color down in here. And let's see, let's put some color. I need to add a little bit more green. Tell you what though, let's just pick up some yellow. Let's pick up some blue. Kind of mix all that together. Push that tree back a little bit. Alright, tell you what, I want to make this forward a little bit. And then, alright. Now, before I highlight this, I love doing these pop rock style paintings. They're really, I just want to bring this tree a little bit farther forward. So we'll push it in right here, like that. Alright, now we can start working on a little bit of highlight. And then let's just, tell you what, let's do some highlighting first. And I think I want something a little more yellow than that. There we go. I want to cover up all that dark. I want some of that dark to stay in there. Alright, now let's pull some, let's use a knife, because we're doing a Bob Ross style painting. What would it be if you didn't use a knife, right? Alright, let's pick up some light brown. Let's kind of start laying some of that in here. So we're painting along pretty fast, but compared to like the underpainting that I did earlier this morning. Let's see. Let's pull this out. Let's pull this out because we're gonna put a creek in here, or a river, or some kind of water scene. Let's pull this down a little bit farther, like that. And let's put some highlight over the top of that. So we use some dark sienna, some white. We'll kind of marble it, and we'll kind of pull this in around. There we go. So we have all these different paint colors in the knife. All right, good enough. All right, let's pull the shoreline down a little bit. So let me clean this brush. Still kind of got the highlight color in there. Alright, let's clean this brush and let's take this, let's kind of pull some of this color down. pull this across. We could have cleaned the knife before we, the brush before we did that, but I feel like it's okay. All right. Now, let's get a little bit of, earlier we used, the last painting, we used quite a bit of phthalo blue. So let's put a little bit of phthalo blue in this picture. Let's see how I want it to go. I'm going to blend these two colors together. I'm letting some of that brown mix in there with it. A little bit of green. There we go. Get a little bit more up here. There we go. All right, let's put some water lines in. I think maybe, hang on a second, before we do that, I think we'll pick up a little bit more of that turquoise. Push it right up here into this blue, into the brown, a little bit more. Like that. There we go. Let those two colors kind of commingle together. Really, all that's going to happen is the brown's going to kind of fade that phthalo blue a little bit without taking away. All right, now let's add the water lines. So the water lines will set the shore back one more layer. Usually what I try to do is I try to set up about 13 layers in my paintings. Most paintings that I've sold a little over 100 paintings, but most of my paintings that get sold have the magical number 13 layers or more in them. So right now some of that we'll paint over, but I know that's where it's, now I know kind of where it's going to go. So I'll give you an idea. I want to add another layer right in here. I like that one red tree. All right, let's see. We're going to need a little bit more of this brown color. And some more green. I've used up all that. So I'm using a glass palette. So the nice thing about a glass palette is when you make more space, you just kind of wipe it off with a baby wipe, and voila, your palette's nice and clean and ready to go. All right, let's see. Where do I want to go with this painting now? Let's take it. Let's put in the dark. Let's go ahead and put in the dark. So let's take some sap green and some of that brown, and maybe a little bit of sienna. Let's just kind of sketch us in an island here. Just something like that. And then, tell you what. Let's pick that. Let's keep it the same color, but let's square this island out a little bit. And then I think I'm going to switch to another number 1 brush. I'm going to bring this water around this way. Around this way like that. We'll put some water lines and stuff in it in a minute, but for now, that'll do. All right, let's pull a little bit of this color down in here. And we'll just have to be aware of it when we get ready to. All right, clean this brush, and then we'll pull those reflections back out here in a second. clean this brush up. Let's blend that one out, and we'll keep all the rest of these. Alright. And then I think, so we got some island, we have some trees or some rocks and stuff over here, but let's also, I'll tell you what, let's put a little bit of land like right here. Like just right here on this edge. Alright, let's start putting some grass in. Well, let's see, we'll put some rocks in first. Let's put some trees in first too. Alright, let's get a filler and some brown. One of my nice big crooked trees. Oh, I picked up all that liquid white at the top. Alright. So we got about 5 layers of paint here. So that's okay. We'll paint it. Let's make it a little bit thinner. Here we go. Alright. And then let's have another one right here on this thing. We don't want it to be crooked too. Alright, we can work with that. Let's kind of darken this up a little bit. Alright, now we can work. It gives us some ideas. Let's do the trees first. Finish those out. We can start laying the rest of it in. So let's take a little bit of linseed oil out of the apothecary jar. This one don't want to roll up. I'm going to have to switch brushes. We'll try it. We'll try it. Alright, that gives us some ideas. Let's work on the trunk now. Well, I'll tell you what, let's paint the background first. Let's pick up some green, some brown, sap green, some brown. We need some more sap green though. Leave that sit for a second. Come around over here to the other side. This mixture just a little bit different. Not much, but a little bit. Sap green and brown. And that brown. Making this a little more green. Not quite as much. Alright. And then I think, you know what? I think one more thing too. I have another idea. Alright, let's do this. Let's take and put a skinnier tree, a little bit of linseed oil. Let's try this. Let's see how this works. Behind this one, let's put a smaller tree. That's kind of white. There's a lot of sycamores here where I live. And right now, they turn as white as they can be. Alright, let's just take that And let's put the trunk stuff in. We'll do that with a knife. And I think we'll do some white. And we'll just kind of touch it to the side, right outside. Pull it, pull it, pull it. Alright, let's do this side. I'm not reloading the knife just yet. Okay. And there we go. Now we need to add, I'm going to do this with a filbert because it'll be easier. And a little bit of, it'll work. This will work. And maybe it'll work. It's an awful lot of paint right there. Another one of these red trees in here. Alright, let's add, what do I do with that? Ready to go. Here it is. Alright, so we're going to have to thin this highlight red because it's, so we'll do that with just a touch of linseed oil. Not much, not much. Let's see how that works. And that's too dark. We're going to have to lighten it. Clean the brush, clean the brush. Alright. How about this? Is this light enough? We have to put the paint on a little bit thicker too. Lighten it with just a little bit of yellow. I don't want a lot of highlight, but I do want it to stand out. Alright, there we go. Let's put just a little bit, I think this would look better, a little bit of dark in it as well. Let's just do that a little bit, just a little bit. And maybe like a little bit of dark on this side. There we go. Alright. Okay, so before we push into the rest of the landscape, let's pick up some white and put a few more little borderline things in here. Not too many. And then we'll just kind of spread those out. We added just a little bit of red to that, just to pick up a little bit of that tree color. All right, now let's start pushing toward the end here. Let's pick up some cad yellow, some white, well, some liquid white. Let's try that. And maybe a touch of green. We'll see. We'll see when we start to put it down. Get the liquid white back out. Taking just a little bit of liquid white, mix it with this cad yellow, so it's going to be pretty bright. Alright, so I think I want that to look a little more bushy than that. Let's do that. Let's make some bushes. Alright, so let's just kind of... Good thing about oil paint, you can change your mind, which I just did. I changed my mind on how I wanted this shoreline to look. Like that. It's a little too horizontally for me, so. Alright, now let's tap it. There we go. Let's add a touch of green to that. And then we'll put some shoreline on that in a second. Yeah, I think that needs a little bit of touching up too. Put some bushes and stuff in here. That'll look better. There we go. little bit of a clearing around that tree, but not too much. Let's put a little bit of shoreline over here before we finish out this part. Let's just do a little bit of what we did before. Like that. Throw some rocks in there like that. There we go. All right. Maybe. Nah, no. Well, I don't know. I don't really want a lot of rocks over here, but we could put a little bit of landscape kind of brownie stuff in here. Some dirt. Let's do that. Tell you what, let's just put a path in here. Alright. Clean off the knife. Start pushing toward home. Here we go. Let's get a 1-inch brush. And let's get some. Let's go back to that yellow. Where did it go? Let's tap in some of that highlight. Rough up on that rock facing just a little bit. Same thing over here on the path. There we go. Not. I just kind of do this corner. It's easier if I just pick it up. I'm going to break up that edge of the path as well. There we go. Alright, get some water lines in. Now I want the water to appear kind of shallow, right there where that shadow is. And then I want it to kind of get deeper as it comes this way. So we'll do that with a knife. Clean this brush before I forget. Hey Jane. How are you? Alright, let's see. Okay, dokie. Let's just put some water lines up here. I'll just do that with some liquid white. That'd be easier. Probably. Can't swear to it, but it might be. So we're going to bear down a little harder on the knife as we come forward because we're trying to create that little shallow spot there on the water right there. There we go. All right, and maybe a little bit of a little highlight, extra highlight right there. Okay, that'll take care of that. Anything else here we want to do? Let's add a little bit more of this moving water, like right in here. And then we can kind of smooth that out with a landscape brush. Let's push it back a little bit. So let's do one last thing. It'll add just a couple more, two more layers. Let's take this. Let's put a rock right here. So I'm like putting mountains in. Just kind of ease it in there. All right, and let's wipe that off. Let's pick up some sienna. And some white. Marble that a little bit. No, it didn't marble. Let's try some more. Here we go. All right. All right. And then let's put a little bit of a water line around that. Then we'll just kind of smooth it with a landscape brush. And push this reflection around just right there. All right, there we go. Push this back a little bit. Now we could add, if we wanted, I think we will. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. Add a little bit of extra white paint over here. Right here. Let's just do a little bit of a waterfall. Easier if I pick it up. Sorry, guys. Kind of paint it across there where I want it to be. Add a little bit of blue to that, just to give it a little bit of shadow. Like that. Alright. So, you know, it's just like, just continually kind of ask yourself, what else can we do to make this a little more interesting? Alright, I still need some more white. There we go. Don't need to rough it too much, it's not too much of a waterfall. There we go. There we go. All right. And I think with that, look at it one last time. I think I could add, I didn't add the highlight to the trees. All right, let's do that. Let's do that. Got a little off track there. I'm going to clean the brush. Picked up a lot of dark putting that on. We're going to do it again. Some white, some cad yellow. Nice bright highlight. And the tip of the brush. And then just a little bit over here. There we go. All right. All right, guys. I think we'll sign it. Way down here. And we'll call that done. All right, so we should be back. What's today? Thursday? Sunday, I guess, will be the first time we'll be back. So, hope you guys will join us on Sunday afternoon sometime. And we'll do another painting. Thanks, guys, for watching. And for those of you who were here the whole time, thank you very much. Thank you for paying attention. I know it's kind of hard sometimes with a attention span to do that, but anyway, this video will be up and posted, so you'll be able to watch it anytime you want, along with all the other videos in the library. So I think there's like over 100 now. So you guys have a good evening, and I'll go wash my hands, and we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.